day 3. And I don't mean 3 full days, couple hours a night. We're gonna do this that way. Couple hours a night, not full days. What it would take if you worked a full-time job to get this done. So let's get started. So after I came in today, you can see how it looks. This is after it dried and after the acid dried. So this was the aluminum acid that cleaned this. What it does is it rusts the block. Now I'm gonna use a little iron remover, get all that off, power wash it. Then we're gonna convert the rust, what's ever left on the block. Then we're gonna get ready to prime it. All right, so we got everything outside now. A little bit of a Voodoo iron remover. I'm gonna spray it on the block, let it sit for a few minutes. So now you gotta let it sit for a little bit, but you can see it's already attacking the rust. So that stuff is clear. That color is from the reaction with the rust. So I'm gonna spray the other stuff down. Even though the transmission's aluminum, anything that's on it steel will get cleaned off. Transmission now gets acid. This gets the converter sprayed on it. You're gonna paint a shitty block. Use this stuff. It'll convert all the rust and allow it to stick. Get ready to prime it right after you do it in the next day or 2. Otherwise the rust will come back. You'll be in the same spot. So the trick with the metal prep is you gotta keep spraying it on there for like 15 or 20 minutes to keep it wet. And then it'll convert it. It'll kind of be like a white haze. A lot of people say Pour 15 doesn't work, but it's because they don't follow the steps. Even though I'm not using Pour 15 as a top coat on this, the metal prep makes a huge difference on whatever you're doing. All right, so the metal prep's been sitting on there. You can start to see it starts turning white. Tomorrow when it dries, you'll get to see what it totally looks like. The tranny also came out decent. So most people think I'm crazy for putting an O2O in there, but we put a quaif in that and rebuilt it. So I'm just gonna ride it for as long as it goes. This, I'm gonna pop the oil pan off and then I'm gonna call it a night because I'm soaked. So I was meaning to cut out the floor tonight on the Rabbit, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. So the block is stripped. As you can see it drying, everything's changing a different color. So that's the acid eating into. So tomorrow a quick sand and then I'm gonna prime this thing. The only thing I don't have is the flywheel bolts. All right, so we're back. We got everything primed up. I have overtime tonight at the firehouse, so I couldn't really take video of it, but I found a chip, so I'm gonna take a little more video. As you see, everything got primered with Nason full epoxy. It's a DTM direct to metal epoxy. Came out pretty nice. We got the paint mix, dump it in the gun. Paint it real quick, and then I gotta go to work, so I wanna just see what So that's what color the car is gonna be. Check out the next one. Day 5, we're gonna be getting this fucking motor together. We're gonna take off the flywheel, reseal the whole motor, put a new oil pan on, weld up the turbo drain, get this thing sealed up, get all the components on it. So this thing is back together. I did have a new head for this thing. I'm kind of debating whether to put it on. I really don't want to spend any more money on getting head gaskets for it. I mean, I'm definitely putting, I have a 278 cam that I'm putting in it. Let's get started on this thing. First thing we're gonna do is weld up the oil pan. I got a new oil pan. This Euro parts, you can't beat it. I think this thing was 20 bucks, maybe less, 10. I don't know. Cheap. So I got a -10 weld fitting. I found this Rem Tune. I like the way they do their fittings. It has a big lip on the back, so I could just weld on this. It's beveled. It's actually pretty nice, and the machining is good. Depending on some of them you get, there's chatter marks. I'm gonna go take a quick look at the other oil pan just to make sure, and then I'll start this one. I'm gonna start by drilling a small pilot. When you do this, just make sure that when you weld this, it's not too far up that you can't get the -10 on there, and you don't block your bolts that are bolting on. So I'm gonna go between the bolts and down enough where I can get it on. This fucking thing is toast, fucking toast. So we got our pilot hole. Let's see if we can do it in one shot. So we got our hole drilled. I try to leave as much powder coat on the outside. I'm not welding the outside, or if I'm gonna f this thing up. This is gonna kind of suck because of the way to get this in here. Let's see. I always have big aluminum blocks around, so you can rest stuff on it. Gonna be welding at 70 amps. So let's tack this thing in and see what we can get. So the thing came out good. I kind of like not welding the outside. I think it looks more finished. When you weld it, it looks like it was modified. This looks like it came from the factory this way. The inside welded good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cool for a minute. Then I'll scrape the high spots. And then I'm gonna have to hit it with a little paint just so it doesn't rust. If you knock it, the powder coat that burned off with a razor blade first, then you can go in here with a little Scotch-Brite. You won't have to sand or grind or whatever. You can't even tell that there's any part where it was welded. I wanna pull the oil pump off, clean it, put the new gasket on it, and then we'll get this paint up, we'll put this on, and now we'll be on to the next part. For the oil pump, we're just gonna pull it down, clean it up. We're just gonna use the original oil pan to catch anything that's going on. So I'm gonna go clean the table off, take this thing apart and show you what you got in here, what to look for. There's a little bit in there, but it's not bad. So first thing we're gonna do is pull the pickup off so you get the sludge off. These things are stainless, so they normally don't go bad. Look in there and make sure there's no rips or cuts. So after, I'll show you what came out of it. Loosen it up, spray a little bit more. That works for me. So that's clean. This is the O-ring you need to change. This is, sometimes you get low oil pressure from this starting to get hard. It'll crack. All right, I'm gonna check and make sure the oil relief works. So this is cleaned off now. Same thing with this. Just a little bit on the face. I'll throw a little bit on here. So the way you can tell the wear is normally I put an indicator up here and feel if there's any shaft play up and down. But on this one there is almost nothing. So like so little that I can't even really feel it. So the spin's free. Now I'm gonna put the gasket in and assemble the other end. One thing I will tell you, if you're doing a lower end gasket set, don't use cheap Chinese gasket. Get like an OEM quality Victor Reinz. And of course, I don't think that this came with the gasket. So let me go see what I got that I can make this happen. I can't put that original gasket back in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep watching. 30 days. This thing's got to start and be able to roll. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.